everybody, welcome to today's video. We made it. It's July. I'm so sorry this video is so late. I meant to have this up like a week and a half ago, but if you were to ask me the most difficult month to bullet journal, it would be July and August, hands down. I've never liked my July layouts because honestly, by the time July rolls around, I'm kind of feeling a bit burnt out and looking forward to some downtime. And so September is when I get excited again, but I really struggle with July. And you're going to see it in this layout. A lot of it was fly by the seat of my pants, which at the time I liked the individual elements. But then looking at everything together, it kind of turned into a hot mess. So let's get into this. My quote, imagine what's possible once you stop doubting yourself. For July, I picked a cocktail theme. And I felt this quote did not match the cocktail theme at all, but I just went with it to finish it up. So nothing fancy, no pull tabs or anything, but I decided to do some watercolor painting because what better way to color cocktails than to do it with watercolor paint. And so it was a lot of fun to experiment and actually really love how it turned out. It was a lot of fun to also incorporate the glass. So on my website, if you're an email subscriber, you have access to these stickers to download them for free. So you can go and check that out. I've linked that down below. But otherwise, I also decided to watercolor the lettering as well. So all my titles were watercolored too. And then I really liked an effect that I did on my dashboard, my cover page. So I decided to incorporate that into my journaling as well, into my hand lettering as well. So I'm using tracing papers so that I get the same shape of the letters that I did. And that's what you see me do now. I'm just going to transfer it over to where I want the letters to go. And then I'm going to ink it in with a black pen. I do this throughout all of my layouts. For July, because my motivation is so low, I kept it simple. I have my calendar page and I brought in my habit tracker and my notes page as well, and then jumped right into my weekly setup. So again, nothing fancy, just getting it done. I guess another reason why I feel so burnt out when July rolls around is it's new bullet journal setup time. And so that, can take a lot of thought and effort and attention. And so once I get that done, there's very little motivation left for July. So maybe that's part of it too. And that's something to visit for next year, I guess, and to think about. But here we are now, and it's done. I'm ready for July. We're planning on going to Hawaii, and it'll be my first time ever going to Hawaii. So that was another reason for kind of picking the cocktail theme. It's also fun, bright colors, which I really like. And then this month I changed it up by using my Pentel signed brush pens. I love these. I love the effect they give. And I'm using Art Philosophy watercolor paint pans. So I'm using the classic collection. And the reason why I'm doing that, when I do my paint mixing, I prefer to use just the regular blue, red, and yellow, so that I'm able to get the tones and the highlights and the shadows and stuff that I want for my work. And so I stuck with the classics, and I actually didn't end up mixing much. I think I mixed a brown color to match an old-fashioned, but outside of that there was no other mixing. I grabbed my Tim Holtz Splash Splatter stencil to make it look like I had drink spilled all over my bullet journal. Again, having the watercolor effect on these splashes was really fun and really cool, and I really got to experiment playing with watercolor more. While I have been watercoloring more, I haven't really spent too much time with it or extended time to experiment, and so this was kind of fun to play with and add splotches and splashes. And yeah, I think I'll definitely be trying to find some more time to do some watercolor painting, because it actually is a lot more fun than I was giving it credit. And here you see me grab my tracing paper again. Very simple, very easy. And then inking it as well. So I feel kind of bad because I don't feel like this layout is that appropriate, given that it's essentially indicating a hot mess with drinking and splashes everywhere. And while I was editing this video, toward the very end, I realized that the way I did my lettering made it look like double vision, and I was like, is this appropriate? Should I not share it? But I'm sharing it. It's fun. It's bright and colorful. It is what it is. I actually used this color scheme before, and the first time I used it, I believe, was July 2020 when I did my popsicle ice cream theme. So I was chuckling because I don't think I've ever reused a color palette. So the fact that I reused the same color palette 2 years later for the same month speaks to how challenging it can be. I mean, you watch the big bullet journaling accounts and they're happily setting up their stuff, but it's not always, it doesn't always come easy, even though it may come across that way, especially on social media. It's not. It gets really challenging. So just kind of keep that in mind. I was watching Plant-Based Bride and I was chuckling with her July setup. She did lemons, and throughout her video she's like, I don't even like lemons, so I'm doing it because it's summer. So that just to me was like, you know, it's okay. It gets hard, it gets challenging, and that's when you fall back to what you know, or just something to keep it simple. And although watercolors and painting and stuff might not seem simple for the beginners, but for us, it's kind of like a security comfort blanket almost, that we can just slip into the simpler ideas and themes and stuff like that, and then be able to get that high, that creativity high that we chase with painting. So just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. I feel that was a little bit of word vomit going on there, and I hope I got my point across. So just let me know down in the comments below if that made sense to you and if you agree. So yeah, had a lot of fun with this. As always, I'm adding in my borders. I'm not tracking too many habits because honestly I'm terrible at tracking habits, and it's July. I don't know if it's going to get much better. I'm hoping, my goal is that by September I get into a really good vibe or a good flow of doing the habit trackers, especially because, you know, things are opening up more, life's getting busier, so it'll be nice to kind of get back into life. And this is my little cat Hua. She's a little sweet pea. She always wants to be involved when I'm in my office, so I thought I'd leave that in there for you to see. I was ignoring her, so she got bored and walked away. She was also messing up the focus of my camera, so I do apologize. And my hair, my flyaways mess up the focus of my camera as well, so I do apologize for that. I'm still I changed my layout of my desk a little bit, so I'm trying to figure out how to go back to what I had before I changed it up in terms of focus and video quality. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you got something out of it. I'm sorry I was so rambly. Make sure to stay till the end where I do a complete flip through. If you're curious to learn more about creative journaling, I do have a Patreon that you can check out. I've linked that down below. I teach different techniques and lettering styles and doodles as well. So thank you so much for your time today, and I hope to see you in the next one.